Hey, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is out there when you're watching this video. Hope you're having an awesome day. Little tip of the day: if you wear a shirt and tie and your collar gets a little bit tight, here's a tip. You're probably gaining some weight. Looks like there's some exercise that I ought to be doing soon. Anyhow, hey, the topic of today's video is: should we call the professionals in the industry security guards or security officers? Let's talk about that. With correctional officers, there's a time when they were called prison guards. But over time, with professional standards and training, they develop into professionals. So we changed the title at many agencies across the world, across the United States. We changed the title from prison guard to correctional officer or detention officer. With private security, the term to define somebody that provides private security services is usually security guard. But just like correctional officers, over time we develop a certain regiment of training. Okay, in California, you have to go through 40 hours of training. Okay, and that's within a 6-month period. That's 40 hours of training. So why can't we call our security guards private security officers? Okay, what's the issue with that? Now, this is the interesting thing. The Bureau of Security Investigative Services calls an in-house private security guard or private security officer, they actually call them a proprietary security officer. Why does an in-house guard, why are they referred to as a proprietary security officer, but the guard who is on contract is called the security guard? Why is that? Well, I'll tell you one thing is that the major employers out there that employ in-house private security, they have a lot of stake in the game. When you have a lot of stake in the game, you have a lot of political pull. You can name whoever you want, whatever you want, give them any title you want. That's the way politics works. Okay. Now, this is the problem, though, I have with calling every single private security guard or private security officer. Is I could literally go to some training facilities online and pay for the 40 hours of training, and obviously your state is going to differ for the amount of training, but I could just pay for this training. I just click the play button. I might take a test, maybe not, go do whatever I want, let the computer run for 4 hours, 8 hours, and then I get that credit without even engaging in any type of training that involves instructor student feedback, some type of discussion, role-playing exercise, and practical applications. That element could be missing. So that's where I have the issue of calling some security guards private security officers. Now, on this channel, I try to refer to our private security professionals as private security officers. I think that the majority of them deserve that title. In a lot of the videos, you guys will see that I refer to private security staff members as guards, even in the title and description. That's not done to show that these hardworking professionals are on here on the hierarchy of public safety professionalism. That's not my intent. It's because of Google Analytics. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm running out of time. I got to go to work in a little bit. So I can't remember what the title is, but Google has some type of algorithm that allows you to land on the pages that they believe that you're probably looking for to make it easier for you. So a lot of titles I put security guard. I try to switch it up sometimes, but that's the whole reason why I'm doing that. So hopefully I don't offend you guys. Now, if it's politics, I don't really care to offend people, especially if they're wrong. Yes, sometimes I'm wrong, but I don't hold back when it comes to politics. But when it comes down to maybe offending some of my subscribers who take it to heart that they're not called a private security guard, yeah, you know, I try to avoid um, a label that might send that might sound a little bit derogatory. So I do apologize in advance. But again, it just so that the pages land to the appropriate audience. That's why I'm doing that. Okay. Just a brief story. I worked security in a hospital before, and some of the members of the public would refer to me as a guard, hey guard. To me, that was a little bit offensive, even though the title is at controversy. What do we call them? And I took it a little bit to the offense because I have a lot of training and experience. At that time, and I'm not putting myself on a high level arrogance, but I had more, I want to say, experience than the police officers that were the average police officer that was patrolling that beat where the hospital was incorporated in. And at that time, I had some law enforcement experience. And again, I'm just judging by the hash marks on their sleeves, how much time that they have. If they have one hash mark, they either have 5 years. Service mark, they either had 5 years, 4 years, or 3 years, depending on the agency. I compare that to the time I had. So, for them to refer to me as guard, a little bit offensive, but I totally understood where they're coming from. It's arrogance on the law enforcement agency officer's part. You shouldn't really take offense to that, as long as they're calling you something that's positive, right? Okay. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Again, if I offend anybody, I'm sorry. That's not my whole intention of making these videos. If you have any comments, you have any requests for future videos, please let me know in the comment section below. You guys all take care and be safe.